by resolution. So at the next meeting, we'll have active resolutions that will be read by each board member, usually starting from left to right. So, you know, Joe would get it, he would read it, and then when we get to the part where it's seconded, whoever would second it, and we'll just handwrite that in on these copies, and then when I go back and redo everything, it'll all be typed in. And then all of the resolutions will be put with the minute packages, but they'll also be kept in a separate book upstairs so that you could go back and reference any resolution made by the reference number at the top. And they'll be dated, or they'll be numbered this way, 2014-1 moving through the rest of the year, and then next year we'll go to 2015, and then any numbers moving forward. So this will help us, you know, with better and more efficient record keeping anyway. And then as I was explaining to both Walt and Joe, there's a second page on that, Keith, on the resolutions or resolution actions. Okay, so yeah, we don't have to adopt the resolution. We can do other things. So how do you guys feel about that?
That's fine.
Yeah.
That was the organized.
Okay, I'm trying.
Did you give the application?
I just need the application back.
Yeah, you need the application back.
This
Well,
you
you're
can
gonna
keep,
file
you can keep that.
I've got one.
Oh, no, did I give you the same one?
No.
No, they're two different ones.
She doesn't have any copies of the application on her, so
The application, this you can have, the application I
that's
need.
it.
There should be two different ones. Yeah, that's two different ones.
All right.
There was another page to this, wasn't there?
Yeah. To the application?
Yeah, I think there was another page.
The one with the resolution?
No,
The
I don't-
application for the variance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just the one with the map on it. Yeah, I might have that one there. Let's see.
Is that it, that you just flip?
Yeah, that drawn
No,
all over.
the one that's in your hand.
This one?
No, your left hand, at the very bottom of that page. Is that it?
Yes. That'll be inside.
Okay.
So,
So that covers new business, and then there's other business.
we've got on the agenda. I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
I guess we have to have a call for any other business.
What's that?
There's a call for other
So
business.
you're not on the agenda?
The public hearing is still on.
Yes.
We have a 7-month public hearing in the town of Shandaken on the farm stand. It's still
Yeah.
on.
The public hearing is still open.
I've never been called.
You've never been called.
I've never been called that there was not a meeting tonight on the farm stand.
My understanding, our last decision was that you need to get the information we requested from the DOT.
You got that 6 weeks ago.
No, we did not. Did we?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
You got it 6 weeks ago, and Hickey says this is not what we're looking for.
Right.
This item that you're looking for is not a ZBA matter. It's a planning board matter.
Okay.
Is that not the case?
No, it's not the case.
Right? It is not the case? Well, anyway, this public hearing's gone on for 7 months, and it's gonna be the longest public hearing ever.
So, the last meeting we had, when Mr. Futterfast and the town's attorney were here, we determined that you needed to get authorization from the DOT and information from the DOT, and then you would get that on the agenda, and that has not happened so far.
DOT sent it to you, sent it to this board.
That was a simple letter stating that it was, in their opinion, it was okay with them. This is from one engineer. It was okay with him if you came and applied for variances, which you did. It had nothing to do with what we requested of you. So,
I don't understand what you're saying. I wasn't born yesterday. Maybe
What's
the
that?
day I wasn't born yesterday, maybe the day before. The DOT, we requested information at DOT that they sent.
no, that's not accurate. I'm sorry. It's not the information.
I'm going to ask the clerk, did the DOT send a package here, Tracy?
No, not a package. The only thing that I got was a letter that was forwarded by,
The engineer.
by Don Brewer to me, that was a response to a letter that he wrote to someone at the DOT. And it was just, you know, it was I don't know what it was in response to because I didn't see the letter that Don Brewer wrote, but he was responding to an inquiry that Don made. He wasn't actually providing anything, and he had just, I mean, the only thing that sticks out in my mind was that he said that, you know, this and this should happen in order for there to be a realistic site plan review. That's the only thing that this said. It wasn't any type of authorization. It wasn't, there was nothing solid provided in the letter, nor have they sent any documents or anything of that nature.
Didn't Mr. Heath, I'm getting this second and third hand, didn't Mr. Heath make a statement, this letter that we got from the DOT is not the information we were looking for?
Yes,
Didn't
he
he?
did.
Okay.
Because it was a letter that was in response to correspondence to the DOT, to this individual at the DOT, from Don Brewer. Don had originally corresponded with this individual from the DOT, who then generated a response back to Mr. Brewer, but it was in no way, you know, offering up whatever it was that the board was seeking from the DOT in order to move forward with your case. It wasn't a response to a request for information, documentation, permits of any sort, or authorization of any kind. I would be happy to show you the letter
No,
if you'd like to see it.
I have not seen the letter, I'm getting it third hand.
Mhm.
The truth of the matter is, it's gone on long enough. And we need this public hearing to end, and we need the ZBA to vote.
Yeah,
Yes,
it isn't
yes or no?
before my time, so
I
I'm
understand.
really not familiar
I'm
with
not-
everything.
I
You know, I mean, at this point, I don't even know what it was that was actually being requested of you, as far as, you know, the requirements that they had set forth regarding, you know, the documentation they were asking you to obtain or approval or whatever it was from the DOT, you know, because your case is new to me, so I'm just learning drips and drabs as we go
I'm
along.
not here to bust your chops, okay? It's gone on months and months and months. And I've been asked by the lawyers, right, to bring this thing to an end. It's gone on way too long. I mean, the town, every time that Mr. Lewinsky says to the meeting, he charges the town thousands of dollars, right? And nobody. Right, and the jobs that went with the farm stand, nobody cares. Nobody, I mean, I don't know what you're smirking up there, but.
Mr. Heath, I just, well,
Huh?
you were asked to produce certain
We
documentation
went to
from
the-
the DOT that is still not here, so we
We went
cannot move
to,
forward.
we went to the DOT, we met with the DOT,
Okay,
and we were on the assumption you got what you needed.
no, we've not received any such information, so maybe you should
But-
check back with them, and then,
Well, I think their concept, this is not a ZBA matter, this is a planning board matter.
well, that's not what we requested, so.
Yeah, I can assure you that there's been nothing received. I handle all the correspondence for the building department, for the planning board, and for the ZBA, and I've received nothing from the DOT on your behalf or regarding the farm stand since I've been here the first week of June.
We've had meetings with DOT this time, and they have told me there's been emails and correspondence and back and forth. I don't see
I
it.
can go get that letter real quick. It's in my email. I can print it out right down so Mr. Higley can take a look at the letter. It'll take me on less than 2 seconds. 2 minutes. Let me grab it. Let me get the letter, Mr. Higley, okay?
This matter has to be resolved and ended. And all it takes is to end the public hearing and put it to a vote.
next month, so maybe include it one way or the other. That way it'll be a legal meeting.
Well, the last 3 meetings have been adjourned for one reason or another.
You know, I wouldn't, but
I
I
understand you've been under the weather. We all have. As far as I knew, everything was done as far as the DOT was concerned. And they sent supposed material here. And I'm getting, as I said before, I mentioned, I'll say it again, I'm getting it third hand.
yeah.
I didn't see any of it, right? And then I was told that there was a meeting tonight, we were on the agenda.
With that information.
Don't know, but I'm here. I didn't dream it up.
Okay. Well, as far as I know, according to the secretary, that has not been the case, so.
And we were supposed to have been on last month's meeting, but the meeting was adjourned at the 25th hour. You had no meeting last month. And a month before that. I was told we were on for that meeting. But the meeting got adjourned. I mean, well, I'll speak to the DOT engineers tomorrow morning again. We've met with them numerous times. And in their answer, we had sent correspondence and emails to the town. And
Yeah, as far as I know, they've only gotten the one letter that she's speaking of.
Well, he
From
made,
Don Brewer.
the chairman here made a statement that this is not what I'm looking for. That was his statement. He made a broad statement, and we're not going to accept this. That was Chairman Hickey's.
Right.
What that was, I don't know. He made that statement.
Okay, as far as I know, that was to do with the letter that I can't remember the engineer, the local DOT engineer sent.
You do know about that letter.
I do, yeah. Yeah. The letter that we received was from the DOT engineer to Don Brewer that said, that Don Brewer came in with here, that said basically that as far as they were concerned, you know, they felt that you could come in and apply for a variance. You could do that. But it had nothing to do with the information that was requested about their review of your site plan and what their opinion of was as to your egress and ingress for your parking, as well as their determination on your use of the right-of-way, which is what I believe was requested. That was all, none of that was in that. That's probably why Tom said this is not what we're looking for.
Well, the DOT is not making it an issue. The DOT is not making it an issue. This board is making it an issue.
Well, there's certain information that we requested, yes, to do a thorough review of this and to consider the variances requested. We determined that we wanted to get information from the DOT. Or have you, not us, but you were to obtain information from the DOT and provide it to us.
Is that a written, do you know if that's a written request?
I don't recall whether the secretary said, you were in that meeting, you were here with Mr. Futterfast, the last meeting that he was here, and that is what was requested, so I don't know.
The next,
Maybe you should speak with Mr. Futterfast and get this straight with him.
Mr. Butterfast been discharged. I will speak to Mr. Brewer in the morning.
Have a copy for everyone. You're welcome.
Yeah, I
Right, make it on the agenda for next month. Make a decision one way or the other.
What's the board's comments on the DOT's letters? That's the first time we've heard it.
Well, it's a catch-22. They're saying, you know, grant, they'll agree if we agree. So,
And who makes the inevitable decision, first decision?
the final decision would be with the planning board, I would think.
Well, yeah, they say that they'll agree.
Thank you very much.
They say they'll agree if the board agrees, but however, they say they also won't make a decision on anything until the setback issue is resolved, so that a site plan can be developed.
They're totally right.
So,
Dave Corrigan is totally right.
so is this going to be referred back to the planning board, or what happens at this point?
No, well, just
On the agenda
for next month.
for next month,
Okay.
so that everybody knows about it. So now, that's like, close the hearing, close the hearing, and make a decision one way or the other.
Now, if you're gonna, if the public hearing's gonna be open for Mr. Higley for next month, do you want me to post
His
notice?
public hearing is open.
Okay, so should I,
It's a continuation of a vote.
so should I be posting notice of that for the next meeting, or is it not required because it remains open?
I don't honestly know.
That's a good question.
I mean, I'll be posting notice for,
You know,
I'll be
it-
posting notice for the new area variance anyway. So, yeah, I'm gonna need to know if I need to post that since, I mean, it's remained open, but been
It's still
tabled. Right, that's what I'm saying, it's remained open all this time, but been tabled and there hasn't been meetings because there's nothing else going on. So because we're actually going to address it formally, I wonder if I maybe should
Call,
just.
call the attorney, just ask him to see if he's available.
Okay.
Basically, we need to end the public hearing, put it to a vote, and then we'll start tearing the place down, plain and simple.
Okay. Make a motion to adjourn?
I'll agree with that. Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Night, folks. Night, sir. Luck on the train, Joe.
Well, thank you. Take care now.
All right. Okay,
Okay.
we're done.
Okay, I will, so I'll register each of you for the CWC training in Motorville for October.
Okay.
And I'll forward you confirmations of your registration via email to you,
Great.
Joe. And for you, I'll print yours out, just like I gave you this email with attachments tonight. I'll print things out and I'll either give them to you on Friday nights when I see you, or, you know, if you happen to be passing
Okay.
and you want to stop and see if there's anything there.
All right.
But I'll let you, you know, I'll call you either way, let you know, and then if you need to pick up anything.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
Time to go. Keith, I finally took the welding machine